Hey guys, Adam Lobo here from Adam Lobo TV, and in this video, I'll be giving you my full in-depth review of the Xiaomi Mi 11 after using it for about 20 days, and I'll answer all of your questions that you've asked me in my first impressions video, so keep watching. Now since I've done the unboxing previously, let's dive into the phone specs. Now the Xiaomi Mi 11 comes with a Snapdragon 888 chipset with the Adreno 660 GPU, and the variant that I have is the 8GB of RAM and 128GB of storage, and it comes shipped with Android 11 with the brand new MIUI version 12. First, from a build qualities perspective, using the phone daily felt great. Now the phone did had quite a weight to it, and the Corning Gorilla Glass Victus in the front made me feel like I had no anxiety of dropping the phone, and that was cool. Now one thing's for sure, that I really love the matte anti-glare frosted glass smooth finish, which is slowly becoming a current trend on premium flagship smartphones, which I really do appreciate. Now during my first impressions, I was worried whether the smooth glass finish at the back might make the phone feel slippery. But when I was using the phone daily, it wasn't an issue at all. And while some had mixed feelings about the camera array design and the camera bump, I did not find any problems with that too. And with this, I would say I would give a huge A+ on the overall design and build of the Xiaomi Mi 11, so great job Xiaomi. Next, looking at the phone screen, as a recap, the phone has a 6.81-inch AMOLED display with a resolution of 3200 by 1440 pixels, which is a WQHD Plus with a refresh rate of 120Hz, and with that, high resolution as well. And I really do enjoy the 1500 nits of peak brightness, where when I was reviewing the phone, most of the time I was outdoors during the day, and there wasn't a point of time that I felt like I had any issues when it comes to the screen's clarity and also when it comes to the brightness during daylight. Now using the phone daily also felt great due to its 10-bit screen quality and color accurate 100% DCI P3 wide color gamut screen, where not only it was great when it comes to daily tasks like social media browsing, but also when it comes to watching videos on YouTube and Netflix as well, where the screen has set 13 new records and also has received an A+ rating from DisplayMate. And with this, I will stand by my exact first impressions to say again that this is hands down the best smartphone display that Xiaomi has ever created. Now looking at the phone's camera specs, the main lens is a massive 108 megapixel f1.85 aperture, a 13 megapixel f2.4 ultra wide angle lens, and a 5 megapixel f2.4 macro lens. Then looking at the front camera, it has a 20 megapixel f2.2 aperture lens. Now starting from the high 108 megapixel mode, as usual, it was great with an amazing amount of detail to really zoom in and crop accordingly. But of course, since the phone does not come with a micro SD card slot expansion, I would use this mode sparingly to save space, but yes, it's nice that it's there. Now the ultra-wide angle shots on Xiaomi phones are still one of my favorites, especially when it comes to their flagship smartphones, to get some great focal length without any amount of barrel distortion on the edges. Then the main camera lens has the same great consistency as the ultra-wide angle lens, where there was no sort of a color shift between both lenses, which some phones tend to suffer. So the overall photos do look like flagship level as usual, with great image processing and really good dynamic range as well. Now while a lot of people find macro lenses to be redundant, and I have to admit that I also think that, but Xiaomi keeps perfecting it with a better focus to get those close-up shots, where some phones who put macro lens on their phones just for the sake of putting a lens either have focus issues or super weird color temperature issues, but it was very consistent on the Mi 11. And the consistency when it comes to the night mode shots was always there for Xiaomi flagships, where it had the best balance of highlights and shadows as well. Now, as for the front camera photos, the regular selfie photos were great with no softness issues like how the previous several generation smartphones were. And where I find a huge improvement is the selfie portrait mode as well, where the subject to background blur was really impressive. Now, as for video, like the previous recent flagship releases, it records up to a massive 8K 7680 by 4320 at 30 frames per second. Now, we all have to admit that the world of camera smartphones are not fully ready for 8K, but then again, it is nice to see that Xiaomi keeps getting better when it comes to not only the image quality but also the image stabilization, but still not as good as the 4K recording, where overall the image and the image stabilization was really great. And on top of that, the video recording was quite exceptional at night as well, since there is the Ultra Night video which has great AI noise reduction to get a clean video image. Alright, while the front video recording footage was great and stable too, it still can only record up to 1080p instead of 4K, which I did find it a bit disappointing. So hopefully we'll get 4K video recording really soon on every Xiaomi flagships. Now, one last thing that Xiaomi really highlighted for their video recording is, of course, the amazing cinematic preset filters for you guys to choose from to get a very cinema-like or a movie magic color grade if you guys are into that. So with this, it really shows that how serious Xiaomi is when it comes to really bringing forward on their video recording on their flagship smartphones, which was a really great feature. So there's your overall quality test when it comes to the cameras, Khairul Nazrin. Now, as for the phone sound quality, the Xiaomi Mi 11 comes with stereo speakers which are tuned by Harman Kardon, and yes, it is not just a fancy collaboration, as it is yet again a speakers which really sound great and the best that Xiaomi phones has released thus far. The output volume is quite high at 90.5 dB and the vocal clarity was just really where it projected very well and clear, and when the bass part of the music kicks in, it did not drown the rest of the music. And here is a quick sound test. Now, in terms of software, it is upgradable to the latest MIUI version 12.0.4, and using the phone daily had no issues at all. Where gone are the days of having ads popping up for no reason, so that's nice to know. Now, the phone did feel very snappy when it comes to multitasking and navigation, as not only the high refresh rate played a huge role in this, but the massive 408 Hz of touch sampling rate made the phone feel like I was driving a sports car. Now, one thing to note is that since my first impressions video, the unit that I had was not the production retail unit, and since the release of that video, Xiaomi has provided with the retail unit, and I had no issues when it comes to overheating, which the raw units had. So yes, if you heard any other reviewers online complain about the phone overheating, well, that is not an issue anymore. So that's your answer once again, Khairul Nazrin. Now, also worth mentioning is there is the notification glow when it comes to getting messages, which was really sweet. So there's your answer, Gary, as the glow works as the notification instead. But while there's so many great things within the MIUI 12, I have some complaints about the dark mode integration with apps like YouTube Studio and Snapseed, where some of the buttons or the options are not very visible, but it's totally fine when the dark mode is turned off, so keep that in mind. Now, when it comes to the phone's battery, the phone comes with 4600 milliamps of battery, and once again, Xiaomi proves that size does not matter, as I got an average of 5 hours and 3 minutes of screen on time when I was at 10% battery with dark mode turned on, with the high WQHD Plus resolution and the 120Hz refresh rate, which was awesome. So there's your screen on time and battery life test, Fahmi Anwar. And I really do appreciate the huge 55 watts fast charging since I don't charge my smartphones overnight, which got me from 0 to 80% about 40 minutes, where the gallium nitrate or GaN charger comes inside of the box for all of the global variant. And the reason for that very fast charging speeds is because the battery is split into two to charge both batteries at the very first time. So again, good job Xiaomi. Now there's also a huge 50 watt fast wireless charging which I did not get to test yet since I don't have a wireless charger which can support that high of an output, but there's also a 10 watts reverse wireless charging as well. In terms of gaming, there was no issues at all, like nothing. During gameplay as expected, PUBG Mobile ran smoothly at graphics at HD and frame rate set to high. You can even go higher if you want to, but it was totally fine. And playing Asphalt 9 was great, especially when it comes to the sound experience, since it does come with a very good speakers as I mentioned earlier. And once again, the phone did not heat up at all, even during a very long gameplay, so that was great to know. Now in conclusion, the Xiaomi Mi 11 surely gives smartphone users, which is you and I, another appealing choice. Based on me reviewing many of these smartphones, I've always had that sort of confidence when it comes to the Mi series phones from Xiaomi, with a vast improvements on the screen quality, the audio, and most importantly, the camera features. So yes, it is a smartphone that I would truly recommend. Now looking at the phone's price here in Malaysia, the Xiaomi Mi 11 starts at the price of 2,799 ringgit for the 8 plus 128GB variant and 2,999 ringgit for the higher 256GB storage variant, and I'll leave links down below for you guys to get yourself one. Alright guys, with this, do let me know what you guys think of the Xiaomi Mi 11 down at the comment section below, and with this, did you guys get it? Aside from that, thank you so much for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, be sure to give this video a nice big thumbs up, like, share, and subscribe to Adam Lobo TV if you haven't done so. My name is Adam Lobo, and I'll catch you guys in my next video.